Hello, Louisville. Guess who's coming to dinner? Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us, facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Happy MLK Day. Well, if you thought I wasn't showing up, I thought I had showed up, but I wasn't. I wasn't here. I did a whole interview in the ether. So I had a conversation with my guest for this evening, and she has been so kind as to rejoin me, just for us to just touch on some of the things that we talked about when I thought you were listening, and I thought I was on the air, but I wasn't. And that's none other than the other Miss Janice Carter, Miss Janice Bishop Carter.
Hey, am
I
I in the
can't
box?
believe, I can't believe I did that.
Stuff
I told,
happens.
huh?
It's
I
called
looked,
life.
I said, you're not going to believe this. But that whole 45-minute conversation was not recorded.
It was
But
good for us.
it, well, we got some things done, so we can kind
Yeah,
of just summarize for them, because
right.
I did not want to not have a show today. So your being here and being a former president of the NAACP was very important for me to have you here, and important for us to be here for the community, because we still need to have our conversations about what's going on. And just we one of the topics that we talked about was advocacy and being an advocate and an activist. And for some people that don't know what the difference is, maybe you can just give them that little summary of that again.
And we talked about, I wanted them to raise a consciousness and understand conscious advocacy,
Okay.
because it's not all about what you see on the TV or the protesters
Hmm.
on the street.
Right.
Because advocacy, I had advocacy with Janice here when I didn't know her and she didn't know me, and I was being called the jazz singer.
Right.
And I go, no, that's not me. That's the
And
other
they're saying,
Janice
"Are you the
Carter.
president? Weren't you the president of the NAACP?" I said, "No, that's the other Janice Carter."
And if you're in Vegas, you can go and hear her sing because she's the jazz singer.
Yes.
That's advocacy. Or,
Okay.
um, the other thing I shared was just we're advocating a lot of times, even to be positive or negative. Wouldn't you agree?
Right.
I was sharing with Janice. Somebody asked me, "Where'd you get those earrings?" Well, I can say Miss Simmons on Facebook, and Monica Simmons. She's great because my earrings were broke. I contacted her. She said, "Keep what you got and just send me another pair." And that we talked about love. Love is wrapped up in advocacy.
Right.
That's community, that's sharing, that's relationships, that's knowing each other. And we get back to how we relate to each other in our relationship. Conflict resolution. I
Right.
shared that I'm a conflict resolution master. Janice is if you go back and look at some of her videos, wanting to know or ask some of the contestants that come on, interviews that come on, what can we do today? And I shared with her, I think, and it's in the book, it's in scripture, we need to examine ourselves.
Right.
And I was sharing with her, sometimes we get frustrated, upset, um, attitudes, why we don't get along. And when you're doing advocacy on a volume, like with a group,
Right.
be it the NAACP, the Kentucky Alliance Against Racism, Political Repression. And also, we were talking about that, but we're talking about in industries that we work in. Janice being Black media and entertainment, which has been my fun advocacy that I've been doing.
Okay.
When Miss Hazel showed the budget for that, big bucks. So it's great to be able to encourage African Americans, their dreams. We talk MLK Day and the
Right.
dreams, because they think that they can. Janice went to Vegas, and that might be another show that Janice could come on and tell us how did that happen? To encourage somebody, to inspire. And that's the other things that advocates do.
Do. That's what
And
advocacy is promoting.
yeah, but really, like I said, it goes beyond promoting. To
Right.
advocate and inspire somebody. Miss Janice did it, and I can do it too. Somebody in your community,
Right.
somebody you know, it's all the difference. So we were talking about advocacy for yourself.
For your
Say you lose your
children.
you lose your job and you got to go down
Hmm.
there to the unemployment. I've shared that process with someone before, gone down there and how they could speak for themselves. They got their money.
Right.
That makes me feel good. Help
Right.
show people to empower them to win. It's about the democratic process. We just voted. Some of these individuals probably they don't know what they vote for. They don't know the power you still have. But if you don't know what the processes are, you don't have any power. I used to
Right.
tell people that would come to the NAACP, you got your handbook at work. They don't know their handbook. They don't even know where it's at. You don't know where your rights. I had a lady on Facebook the other day, was her college student. I told her where you start is you get that college, the rights handbook, like they have at school, JCPS, students'
Right.
rights, and you be prepared and you show them. You should be able to show them where was he violated, section so and so. I used to love doing that. I mean, and sometimes it just might be a mistake. You know, they
Right.
didn't know, but you know you winning. You know
Right.
you won. I used to write a lot of resolutions at the branch, and they go, "All your resolutions pass." I go, "I wouldn't write them if they weren't going to pass."
Right.
We did organ donor resolution that passed. Mental health directive that passed. The mental health directive, the Louisville branch NAACP was
And this
commissioned.
is all through the
Yeah,
NAACP.
yeah.
Okay.
The Louisville branch NAACP, I was commissioned. Somebody commissioned. The president was commissioned. Just happened to be me at that time for 3 years. But who's going to do 3 years volunteer? Sometimes some of us don't want to volunteer, but you don't know what the benefits are at the end. And
Right.
we got the advanced mental health directive for the state of Kentucky. I shared with you the House Bill 40, uh, how the young lady was here because her husband was a robotic and was at GE, and she was at the branch, and she
Hmm.
wrote that House Bill 40 for the reinstatement of rights to vote for ex-offenders.
Ex
And
offenders.
I collaborated.
That's
They told
wonderful.
me at a conversation, I was at one of their meetings, that's what they needed. Those are the things that we do together. So, and we were talking about the importance of advocacy for yourself, for your children.
Raise
Hi,
your
Dad. I'm a mother.
raise
You're
your phone up a little bit. There you go.
you're if you're a parent, you're a natural advocate. When my son's standing in the hallway with the other guys, y'all are game. But when the
Their
white
game.
kids do it,
Right.
so I had to go over there and talk to him. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? When my daughter was the first black cheerleader at Seneca High School, and they didn't like it, and they were ready to take the crown off her head. Oh, I had them before the athletic board. Yes, I did. I got the process. So those are the things that we have to do. If you don't know your rights,
Hmm.
you don't have any contract that you're in. If you're married at school,
Janice, raise your camera up, sweetie. You're like you're down. We're looking down. Hey, there you go.
oh, okay. Homeowners Association, you better know
Uh-huh.
those rules. You better get your handbook. That's your
Woo.
rights.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
other thing we said, because it's Martin Luther King Day, advocacy got this day. It took forever. It took
20 years.
yeah, over 20 years. The national, it wasn't recognized until 2000 nationally. And that was the Uniform Monday Holiday Act, the earliest Monday of the holiday in January, because his birthday's the 15th.
Right.
And the latest it would be is January the 21st. To understand, this is democracy. This is why we vote. and
Right.
understand these rights. And the other thing, our community, all levels, local, state, and federal, hold them accountable to you. Then Janice wanted to talk about financial literacy. Same thing. Hold your insurance agent accountable to you, your
Right.
life insurance, your car insurance, and teach your children because they don't know. Those
Touch
were
on
the
the financial literacy, and then we'll wrap it up. I'm not gonna hold you because
yeah.
this was my faux pas.
No, that's okay. And Janice, you were just saying all the different places where advocacy is going on all the time. We're just not paying any attention to it.
I'm losing your picture. You're just moving and moving and moving.
Well, I'm trying to see where in this little
I
box.
know.
Am I supposed to be in the little box or the big
No.
box?
Okay. Well, you're in the big box with me.
Well, I see me in the big box, but it looks like I'm in a little box. But anyway, when you think about advocacy, I said Janet, she's in the entertainment. Did y'all have some kind of union?
Right.
So you're talking about you talking about money and getting jobs. Okay, that still gets into financial literacy and advocacy.
And we really don't have, when you say a union, I'm a member of AFTRA and I'm a member of SAG, but um, that's not a singers union per se. AFTRA is American Federation of Television and Radio Artists. When I was a backup singer for Lola Falana, to go on all the late night talk shows with her,
Mm-hmm.
we um we had to get we had to join that union when I was with the New Birth. That's really when I joined the union because we made a recording, and in order to get paid from that recording, you had to be a member of AFTRA. Now they've combined with acting and American television and radio. So, but singers really don't have a union. That's why now, even during the pandemic, the entertainment goes first. It will come back last
Mm-hmm.
because the bands can't get together. You can't have audiences. So, you have to be creative and something else to do
That's
when
why
you're
they're doing
in
all
that
these
profession.
Zooms and stuff. Do
Huh?
Zoom. They're doing Zoom
Right. They're doing
and
their
doing that
concerts
stuff.
online.
The other thing about that is, once again, whatever organization you are a part of or join, they got a policy and procedure. Make sure you have that in your hand. That's your Bible.
Right.
I did a lot of stuff in the community with my barbers and beauticians. Once again, if you don't have your Kentucky Revised Statutes and know your rights, you don't have any rights. I had a beautician that one time they was trying to find her like two or $3,000. I printed out the procedure. She addressed them. I coached her. She addressed them. She did not have to pay
Mm-hmm.
because, first of all, guess what? They were in violation in the way that they came and wrote her up. So you
Mm-hmm.
have to know your rules. You have to know it's like it is a game. The game plan. If you don't know the policies and procedures, those are your rights. You don't have any.
Right.
And you were talking about the other thing about, like I said, Martin Luther King Day and Regina King's new night in Miami. We talked
Lovely.
talked
Fabulous
about
movie.
that, and I said go to Netflix and watch Sam Cooke, The Killing of Sam Cooke twice.
The Killing of Sam Cooke twice. We
And
gotta
what they were
check
talking
that one
about,
out.
how they were killing his
His
career
career.
and how he got killed. And all of them at that time were under the investigation of the FBI. And
Right.
also the mafia had contacted Sam Cooke because, see, he was way ahead. He was like Prince and all his other. He had his own stuff. And you're
Right.
not
He
supposed to do
he
that.
he was ahead of his time.
Yeah. So, I mean, if
Really.
you want to see something, that was the other thing.
That was an excellent movie, and I was so proud that Miss Regina King just stepped out on that.
hmm And it's advocacy that we do in NAACP, Image Awards, and other things. They get recognition. How they're able. She was in the Venice Film Festival, and we talked about yourself and I, Janice, with the Kentucky African American Heritage Center. How we're down there advocating for all our Black media and entertainment. We've been
Right.
doing a lot of that, you and
Right.
myself, as far
Right.
as advocacy.
Well, I'm just glad that you came back on with me. And so now, for all of Louisville to see, my name is Janice Carter Miller, and I am the jazz singer. And
I am Janice Elaine Bishop Carter, and I was the former NAACP president from 1998 to 2004. And we were instrumental in drafting the voter rights for reinstatement of voter rights and the advanced mental health directive for the state of Kentucky. So you ask, well, what do the NAACP do? And they have like 17 committees and the prison project. So whatever your advocacy is if it's health, if it's entertainment,
Right.
they have a structured organization. A lot of them are not, if they're not working, it's because there's no volunteers doing that. During my regime, I had everyone working, and I had a lot of police officers working with me too.
Right.
African
Right.
American police officers on my executive committee.
Oh,
So,
that's wonderful.
mhm.
Well, I want to thank you for coming back. We just, made this. I just wanted to give them some part of you. You gave me an hour, then I looked up and I said, it's saying go live. I'm saying go live. Oh, I didn't go live. But like you said, things happen, and we'll do
Absolutely.
this again
Yes.
because we've got some more things to do for you to direct me to some places and issues and initiatives that maybe I can advocate for.
Contacts and opportunities as well. We talk about, how we were able to get out of here and get people connected to the 55,000 degree money and get monies. There's
Right.
a lot of money. There's the PPP money out here now. A lot of people, you're not getting the money because you're not set up legitimately. You don't have your insurance. You need to get your ducks in a row. You need
Right.
to know the policy and procedure,
Right. Right.
that kind of good stuff. So,
All kind of good stuff. So
yes.
Janice, will you come back on again? I'm going to have you again, okay?
Yes, I will.
And I want you to have a blessed day, and I hope you enjoyed your MLK Day. This is a day of service, and hopefully we together we did some service for the community by giving them some more information that they didn't know.
Yes. And my request to you was to inspire all the young artists in our community. You did it. You were behind Lola Falana. You was in Vegas. People are going to cut their dreams down. You can't do what you better forget that dream. But
Oh,
Martin Luther King had the dream about one day and thought we'd have a president. We it happened.
yeah.
So anything's possible. But we are here, and I think to inspire,
Yes, ma'am.
to inspire.
You are inspirational.
That's
Thank you
a
so much,
Janice thing.
darling. Have a blessed day.
You too. Bye
Thanks for
bye.
coming on. All right,
Okay.
Janice. All right. That's Miss Janice Bishop Carter. Okay. I have to take a deep breath. This has been a very emotional kind of day. I wanted to show you some things, some books that my husband and I are reading in our home. My husband is reading So You Want to Talk About Race? Okay. Because everything that's going on right now is it's 100% about race, about uh, suppression, oppression. And the other book that I'm reading is How to Be an Anti-Racist by Ibram X. Kendi. I'm doing a book study with Nubia Bennett from out to U of L. Um, so then, whatever it is that I'm going to learn from this book, then I'll be able to come and share some of it with you. And then I'll have to interview Mr. Jack Miller so he can come and tell us about. So you want to talk about race? Ijeoma Olu Oluo. Ijeoma Oluo. So you want to talk about race? Everybody's ready to talk about race. I don't know if they really are ready to talk about race because you have to get real. It's not just black and white. It's racist policies. It's racist policies health, in our health system, in our educational system, in our prison system, in our criminal justice system. It's across the board. Um, the um, the job industry. We've got discrimination, uh, segregation. We've got inequality across the board in every aspect of our lives. So today, reflect on that. Reflect on what it is that you can do. How can you use your voice? Lift every voice and sing. Lift your voice, make your voice heard in your community for the betterment of your community. And on that note, I say thank you. I hope you had a wonderful MLK Day. We take pride in this day, and I hope everyone did something that he would be proud of, how we acknowledged his work and his efforts, and where he brought us from and where he brought us to, and how we have picked up the baton and proceed forward uh, to create a better humanity where we stop killing each other, where they stop killing us. Okay? On that note, I say stay masked up. The virus ain't going nowhere. Be safe. I'll see you next time. In fact, I'll see you on Friday. I'm only doing my shows on Mondays, 7 o'clock, Fridays, 7 o'clock. 3 days a week was a bit much. Plus, my third day was Wednesdays, and that interferes with Bible study. So, Monday, Friday, 7 p.m. Guess who's coming to dinner? I hope you'll be there. See you then. Bye bye.